Hey folks, welcome back to Hopped Up Beer Review. Today we've got a treat for you. We're going to go visit our friends down at Cigar City Brewing, and we're going to have the Maduro Brown Ale. It's out of Tampa, Florida. Stick around.
Hey everybody, welcome to Hopped Up Beer Review, the show where we give you our unprofessional and somewhat biased opinion about the beer we are drinking and reviewing. We're back to do that again. Appreciate you checking out this video. I've got Andy in the attic. I've got Jay. I am Ben. What are we drinking today, boys?
We're going to have some Maduro Brown Ale from Cigar City Brewing.
All right. Been on a little Cigar City kick lately.
Yeah, this is a good one I've had before.
As well. Andy, why are you shifting from left to right and looking at the can in various lights?
He's trying to get the light on it right, because I could see it in the
my reflection.
Yes.
The reflection in my eyeballs.
The label on the screen that Ben provided, but I wanted to see it on the can. Because sometimes they don't match up, but this time they do.
You're taking a little jab at me, aren't you? Appreciate that.
Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.
Gosh, it's been so long.
Wait, don't tell me you've had this too.
Yes.
Do you want me to lie to you?
We all have had it.
No,
Ben hasn't had it.
We've all had it. No, I've
had Ben's had it. Jay, have you had it? You haven't logged it.
I have not logged it, but I've had this beer many times.
It's been almost 6 years since I've had it.
Wow.
It was like April of 2018 last time I had it.
Probably hasn't been that long for me. I just haven't logged it.
So that means I get to go last?
No. Longest. I think the opposite.
What? Why?
Why not?
At first, yeah.
It's all right. You know me, I always get to go first, right?
Because of Ben and Bosserson.
Tell us a bit about this beer, Andy.
Well, right off the bat, it's great. Maduro is a Northern English brown ale, as it's been described.
Northern where?
England.
Okay.
North. That's the description I pulled from. Just if it's on the internet, it's true.
Maybe that makes sense in Northern English.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't have a chance to go to the public library, Dewey Decimal System.
Why you pick on him, Ben? I mean, come on.
That was a legitimate question, and it was a dumb question because he described Northern England, Northern English beer, and I'm sitting there thinking, what Northern what? Because it's a American beer. So
did I not say Northern English brown ale?
You did. I'm trying to say that I asked a stupid question, but I've heard that there are no stupid questions. There's only stupid people.
Stupid people who ask questions. Yes,
exactly.
Only stupid people ask questions. Maduro is the Northern English brown ale, as it's been described by somebody other than me.
By Wikipedia.
No, of course not. Or Untapped, or their actual website. It's 5.5%, 20 IBUs, and an SRM of 32.
Do some light through there.
Do y'all know what the name Maduro means?
Bullfighter.
Oh, you're wrong. It is Spanish.
I always thought it was a type of cigar.
It's a reference to cigars.
Yeah.
But it is Spanish for mature or ripe. And it refers to the process of bringing out the sweetness of a tobacco leaf. Now
That makes sense.
this
This is a little sweet.
this all plays into the Cigar City Brewing Company out of Tampa, because this was their first beer that they produced and offered to the masses. So in 2009, their first commercial batch was Maduro. Now, the Maduro refers to, in general, the dark cigar wrapper. And it is the darkest colored and most complex cigars made in Tampa's Ybor City. Ybor, Y-B-O-R. And that is a reference to the cigar rollers. And it was made with overripe wrappers and chocolate, kind of earthy flavors, the Maduros. Now, if you can appreciate, I've got my official cigar wrapping uniform from the 1950s. It's official. But when I thought of this beer and the cigar wrapping, I was like, you know what? I'm feeling kind of cigar wrapping with my shirt. It gives us some aromas of toffee. Yeah. And
are you still talking about your shirt?
Chocolate macaroons. Yes, the shirt. It hasn't been washed in 70 years. So let's say that. Yeah. It has aromas of toffee and chocolate macaroons. Yes, chocolate and toffee. I get it. The tastes, semi-sweet chocolate, almond, toffee, again, brown sugar. And they turn into a dry, clean finish with notes of fresh coffee. It's a malt forward ale, I can agree, because you're hit with the malts, but it's brewed with flaked oats. It gives it a little more thickness and substance. Pardon me, I use the aroma hand for thickness. I shouldn't be doing that.
It's okay. Improper use. Yeah. Flag on the play.
The Ybor City in Tampa was kind of originated in 1880s. Very skilled workers were brought in to make the cigars. And hence, that's why Tampa was known as Cigar City. And that's why we have Cigar City Brewing Company in Tampa, Florida. We released Florida Man on the Moon, Maduro, and then we've got Theoretical Jam coming up, Cosmic Crown. So we got a good mix pack from Cigar City. It's a regional brewery founded in 2007 by a fifth generation local person from Tampa, which I do not know. Y'all do not know. We could not decide. What do you call somebody from Tampa?
Tempin.
I know what you don't call somebody from Tampa.
Tampion,
Tamponian.
Yeah.
Right.
I could have Googled, like, what do you call somebody from Tampa? What do they call themselves? But, let's leave it up to our fan base to chime in.
You want to be technical, we just call them a Floridian.
Florida Man. So they distribute to over 30 states and less than 12 countries.
It's good stuff.
That's all I want to say. I want to stop talking. I want to drink some more.
Yeah, drink some more.
All right. So we've all had this one. But I think we've definitely, I think the Cigar City has been good to review. I know it's one, Cigar City has been one that I've had in my time in New York years ago. They got it. I don't get it here. I don't know, Andy, do you get it?
I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, I get.
I never see it here.
I get Maduro, High Life are the main two. I think I saw the mix bag, but I can't remember.
Yeah, I agree. I get all those, Andy.
I do not get them here.
How can you not get it, Ben? You get more than I get.
I do. We can, talk about this. Maybe it's probably nobody cares, but the distribution in Mississippi is even though we have two in the Jackson area, and I think there's different ones for the northern area, but anyway, where you live. Exactly. So yeah, with all that, Jay, why don't you let us know what you think?
There you go,
It's
Jay.
Ben. I would love to jump in here.
Love to go first. Like you make me do 80% of the time.
No, I'm good with it, Andy. I mean, this is a good beer. I've really enjoyed it. It's one that I can remember back. I could probably tell you the first time I ever had this beer in one of my old elementary and middle school classmates who's a bartender
Elementary
at
school.
the but he's a bartender at a local establishment.
I had this on the swing set back.
A sixth grader is a bartender? What are you talking about?
Well, I mean, you got to put it in relation. All right, this brewery didn't come around in 2007, so I didn't have it until after that.
Okay.
So I mean, it wasn't like something we had in elementary or middle school. He was bartending there.
That was not beer.
He goes, "Hey, you ought to try this beer," and I was like,
He was
"Oh, that's
homebrewing in
really
second
good."
grade.
You know, it has the chocolate nutty flavors, aromas that you talked about, Andy. I mean, it hits on those absolutely. It has that slight little bit of coffee-ish.
Mhm.
It's not really prevalent. It's there if you search for it. Doesn't bother me because it's so subtle. You know me and coffee, I can't stand it. But this one is one that I actually don't mind, and I've had this beer many times for that reason. It's good. The interesting thing to me with this being Cigar City, a lot of their beers, this one especially to me, it often reminds me with the aftertaste or the flavor of when you smoke a cigar, you have that lingering taste in your mouth for a very long time after smoking a cigar. Um, I don't know why this beer does that, but it does to me. And
That's why they designed it like that. Yeah.
kind of hits that note like it's um, almost like a cigar in a lot of ways. It's very much on the sweet side and malty, but it's a good beer. It's a solid one that I've drank and will drink again. It's 7.5 for me. So I appreciate you grabbing that mix pack, man. It is one I can get, but we haven't taken the time to review it, and I'm glad that we did.
Yeah, I'll jump in there and go next. I think this was actually the one I got outside the mix pack because I wanted the brown ale more, and it wasn't in the mix pack, and I still wanted the brown ale. So
okay.
if you go and find the mix pack, it may not have this one in it. That's the only reason I mentioned that. But because we've talked about this before. We at least in Mississippi, and Andy, again, you may discount me here, but where I'm at, brown ales are few and far between. I mean, we've got Samuel Smith. I can get that just about anytime, just about. But other than that, I mean, there's not just, I can't just walk in and buy a brown. So I've kind of been on a mission to get more brown ales because I like them a lot.
So are you saying if anybody sees this, send you brown ales?
I'm saying that in my neck of the woods,
Yeah.
to use a Southern term, there are no brown ales. So, and neck of the woods, maybe? I don't know. Maybe it's not. I don't know. Don't ask me that question.
That's right. Yeah, he said it right.
Yeah.
Hey, he said it right, but could he claim it as a Southern?
I mean, do Northerners say neck of the woods? I mean, that doesn't
Why
sound
not?
like a Northern phrase. No.
It's a Southern term.
Yeah. So, Andy, I'm gonna mute you real quick. So anyway, no, I think that for this one though, like the sweet for me is the biggest thing. I don't really get the coffee. I drink coffee every day, a couple cups. I drink a darker coffee. So for me, I don't really get the coffee flavor, and maybe that's just a taste buds thing. But I think the sweet for a brown ale, this one's definitely a little bit sweeter than I'm usually used to, but that doesn't distract from the beer at all. I think it's really, really flavorful, very tasty. Andy, have you found out yet? Is it is
Just
negative
keep
with
going,
Southern?
man. Don't ignore him.
So anyway, I'm gonna give this one an 8. I really like this one. I got like I said, I got the 6-pack of this. I had, you know, the 3 ahead of time and then dispersed it amongst the group here and wanted to review it because it's a tasty brown. It's maybe not so much a traditional brown so much in that it is a little bit sweeter, but I think it's really, really good. 8.0.
Do you get that lingering aftertaste like a cigar at all?
I've got it.
I get it.
I can detect it.
I don't get it. It's not for me. Like I haven't had a sip in a while. I don't have that lingering flavor in my mouth. But when you said that, the next sip I had, it did linger longer than maybe some other beers.
It's kind of sits there in your throat, like, some people will understand if they're cigar smokers, but to me, if I have a cigar, which is rare, maybe 2 or 3 times a year, and then you get up the next morning and you still have that taste in your mouth, and that's kind of how I liken it.
Yep. All right, Andy, what does your
Andrew?
research say?
My turn. I'm not gonna. Ben, I think you just made a poor generalization. Neck of the Woods is from Britain, and
This is an English brown, so perfect.
And
I was talking about the
sense.
I was talking about the
Yes.
south of England, not
way
not
to
southern
deflect.
US.
Yeah, and it's in the American dialect, and so anyway, my turn. This is great, and I wish I hadn't waited almost 6 years to have it again, because now I'm going to look for it more regularly and keep it on hand. All the flavors that we mentioned, they come through. You can pick them out really easily. Maybe not the almond.
but nutty.
It's hard to get. Yeah, you got the newt. I am right there at 8.0. It's a solid. I really like it. And I'm probably going to look for it again when I go back to the store and just keep it in my beer fridge. So for a rainy day. Good job.
Yeah, I mean, at 5.5% too, it's one you can throw in the fridge and you can grab really any time to have.
It's not like it. So
It's even one for you to consider in the kegerator.
I would definitely get a keg of this if I could, which again, I don't see Cigar City at all. So
I think I could probably get you a keg of it.
Yeah, if you had the official cigar rolling uniform, you could roll up in there like, oh, geez, yes, the keg is yours.
What makes that the official cigar rolling uniform?
Just look at it.
So where did you get this?
I roll cigars.
Where did you come by this?
It's my wife's grandfather's top to a bathing suit set, which the bathing suit set was like probably a 6-inch inseam, which was it didn't fit me, and it was a too small, but the top was, I thought it was brilliant. So when I say this thing is almost 70 years old, it's almost 70 years old.
Are you going to show the pockets?
Do you want to see the pockets?
I would love to see the pockets.
I thought you were going to ask, are you going to show the bottoms?
No, I don't have those. So I got my.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that's nice.
Boom. You like that?
That's nice.
Just nice. When you think this show can't get any lower and
more interesting, it gets even interesting.
Sure. Okay. That will be a 7.8 for the Maduro Brown Ale from Cigar City Brewing Company. If you know what people from Tampa are called, leave us a comment, let us know. You're gonna have to like spell it out really well so we can really know that.
Pronunciation guide.
Yeah. So that's really what we're looking for out of this if you're still made it this far. But definitely a great brown ale. If you find it, give it a shot. Let us know what you think. Definitely be sure to like, subscribe, cheers that notification bell. We would definitely appreciate that feedback and appreciate you guys making it this far. Check us out on all social media links down below in the description. And come say hey in our Hopped Up Beer Review Discord server if you have not done so already. You can chat with the three of us and the others who have joined us there from the show. We would love to see you. Lastly, you have any interest in any Hopped Up Beer Review merch like Jay's shirt, glass, or koozie, be sure to check out a link below and pick you something up. What's the next holiday is coming? Valentine's Day. We're already past that. So yeah. Yeah, just summertime fun time. Yeah. Pick you up something.
Get you a good koozie for the lake.
There you go. For Andy in the attic and Jay, I am Ben with just a tiny sip left. Cheers, mates.
Wow, Ben.
And down to the swill.
Backwash. Literally.